Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Belts of Iron. We're pretty much picking up where we left off in the last episode, except I got a phone call just after I ended the last run, and suddenly I've got a whole bunch of data packs. So we can do some research, but we can't research everything, and the reason for that is because if we go and look in the tech tree, like if I wanted to do fluid extraction, which we are going to do today, there's a different type of data pack. And that type of data pack comes from the steel research, so researching steel plates, we get industrial data packs, and we can already see that we'll need 2 steel plates and an electromagnet for that. The steel plates need 4 iron plates, so this is crazy expensive. I might have to bring iron from somewhere or do the mining speed. But yes, I do want to get the fluid. I want to test that out. And this is a demo, so it's going to be missing a fair bit of content. But I mean, if I go V and we go searching for some oil, where is it? Oh no, I was looking for the wrong thing. Let's try that again. Hold down V, crude oil. Somewhere in that direction, I think, is the closest one. There it is. 863 meters away. And that is under fluid extraction, which also needs the new data packs. That'll give us the steel pipes, the fluid extractor, pipe junctions. And we're going to test that out. And then getting the oil and doing more research will unlock more. There's a bit to do, so let's get stuck in. Like I said, this is a demo, and it's very early alpha, so there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming. We have researched concrete already, so we'll start making some concrete. I think I have excess stone, and I may not have to research any more data packs, so I could probably stop my stone production just to confirm concrete. Yeah, that just needs stone, and we're going to see how that works. Now, this would be regarded, I mean, if the concrete allows us to make more neat factories, then this would just be a starter base. And the nice thing about this is, okay, all of these deposits will finish. I mean, this one we've used already almost half of it, so we'll have to get iron from somewhere else. So yeah, we will be doing some hunting there. I think there's some iron over that way somewhere. But honestly, in this demo, I don't think there's that much more to do. So we'll fiddle around. And I'm going to get everything that I can done and researched, and then we can get going and do some fluid stuff. So let's start with the tech tree. First thing I'm going to do, mining speed. I can unlock that. That was 200 data packs. The rest of the things don't really need that much. We could do research speed. That's not too bad, but it does need the other data packs. We can do the steel, unlock that. That will give us the data packs that we can do. Melee damage, unlock that. Turret guns, yep, we can unlock that. A rifle, that needs the other data packs. And speed and research speed needs the other data packs. So we can't really go any further until we set that up. So I want to move things around. The nice thing is when you break a building down, you keep it. So that does make rearranging your factory quite easy. And the fact that you also have a lot more storage or inventory than the storage containers hold. That means when you break something down, you can rebuild it. I don't think that you lose what's in the storage container. I think it automatically comes into your inventory. We can test that with this one. Well, if I lose all those iron plates, it'll be sad, but yeah. And I want to move this. I want to tuck this in a little bit further so that I can have another blast furnace, because we're going to need a lot more production. So let's do this and let's see. Yep, we picked up all of those plates. Perfect. I'm going to break down this blast furnace. I'll have to take all of these conveyors out. We'll get rid of that and this. We'll get rid of the blast furnace. Okay, this might fill me up a little. Although I don't think that these hold much. No, they don't. So break that down, and this belt can go, and this belt can go, and I'm immediately going to put a splitter in here because I have upgraded the mining speed. Let's go and see what it is now. Okay, so it's not a huge increase, 50% increase, so we're getting 45 per minute now. I'm going to put down a splitter over here now, and I think I can put it in over there, and hopefully the belts don't clash. I'll grab a belt. Come on, there we go. Yep, that's great. Then I'm going to hop up here and I'm going to put down 2 blast furnaces. Now, the production on this is not enough. So I think before I do this, let me go and make some concrete. For that, let me see. What machine do I need? Probably an assembler. Yes, it is an assembler. I can take a line off this belt. So let us remove this. We will put in a splitter right around here. We can bring this belt from there into either one of these ports. This one can carry through into this machine, and then we can put in another assembler over here. And I don't have any assemblers with me, so let's see what we need. 2 electromagnets. Am I missing? No, I've got the electromagnets. I need some iron gears. And I got lots of iron. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that much. Yeah, let's do like that many. And now I can build the assembler. And let me just move those out and then redo them over on this side. But with the assembler built, we can shove that in over here. Get ourselves a storage box. And the weather has changed. Oh, it's getting dark as well. So the storage box can go over here. We'll bolt this into the storage box. We will bring in this belt into either one of these ports. Will be fine. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to set this recipe to concrete. And we need power. And I don't have any copper wire. But let's do some of those. Now I have a whole container of copper wire over on the other side. But yeah, what the heck. So 4... And we'll grab this and bring it over here. This is now making concrete. And there's our first concrete. Right, let's grab this and see what we can do with it. This is not ideal. Let's see, can we go up and down? We can rotate. It rotates on a corner. Do I have to put this at like a high point or something? But press B, okay, it rotates around that snap point. Right, well, let's put it down. It looks pretty nice. And things seem to snap together. Does this do anything for belting? I mean, will it allow... Oh, I suppose it would allow us to line things up a little better, sort of. So like if we put that there, I suppose we could make things a little neater using this concrete. But no, okay, it's not as functional as I would have expected. So we're just going to remove all of this and we'll just carry on doing what we were doing. So now we need 2 blast furnaces. I have 1. We're going to make another, and then we can come up here and put those in, and we'll give a little space. Oh, I'm going to need to organize the coal to come in here as well, in both of them. Might take a little bit of jiggling to get things working, because I don't think that we can elevate splitters. So we'll feed this in. Let's feed this into the top, then we don't have to worry about raising the belts. Ooh, that might not work. It's a bit tight. No, I'm going to elevate the coal belts rather. I don't think it matters which port they go into. Okay, so that's that. Then we're going to need another splitter over here. That is not a splitter. So I'll get a couple of belt splitters, and I hope this is going to work. It's not. Alright, I'm going to have to move this further away. Or I could just remove this belt. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can put this one over here. We can grab the belt. We can shove that into there. This one can be elevated to there. And let's hope this doesn't clash. Ah, look at that. Not pretty, but it works. Right, now we have 2. So this one was feeding where exactly? Yeah, it was going into this splitter over here. So rearrange. I'm going to put a splitter in here just in case I do need it for something else later on. Like that. Belt in to there. Ah, goodness me. That's what happens when you don't line things up. It helps to have the jetpack, because then you can just fly on top of things and line up ports. So if I put that over there, is that going to work? No, it's still dodge. Oh heck, if it goes in, it goes in. Then I can bring this one out, turn it that way. Then I need to jump this line, and I'll bring it just to the edge. I wonder if something changed on the belts, because there was an update earlier. There we go. Made a little bridge. Right, now this is basically just feeding our research. So we can bring another belt out, and I think we can merge lines because we're going to need a lot of steel. So I've got another assembler on the go, and let's just check the recipe. I'll need to go and have a look at an assembler. So if I change this recipe to these data packs, okay, so it's electromagnets, which need iron and copper wire. I've got the copper wire over here. Like literally this one's making the copper wire. I need to put some in a buffer box, and then I can bring iron through from here. So I'm going to need a splitter on this one. I'll put a splitter down here somewhere. See if the belts are going to work with me this time. Yep, that's fine. Storage box. We'll just put it off to the side and put that in. And then this can come out and go into electromagnets in this area. The melee damage is definitely a nice increase. A lot less hits to break down rocks and trees and ores. Right, I'm going to hop up here and do this. So I'm going to have the copper wire coming out from there, and then the iron coming into this port. So right there should be fine. Put that into there, and then grab a belt of iron from here, and I'll bring it down fairly tight in that direction and just whack it straight into this port. Done. So there's iron plates, there's the copper coils. Go in here, change the recipe, and we have electromagnets. Excellent. I don't think I'm going to buffer them. Maybe I will. Yeah, why not? I'll put the buffer box on when I know which direction it's going. But now this is going to bring out iron plates, which need to go into making steel. So we'll put in, let me just jump up here so I can get lines correct. That can go in there, just like that. I'm going to need to attach power, and I need to keep an eye on my power. Coal is still backing up, so that's no problem. And in here, this will be doing... Oh heck, where's the steel done? Oh, maybe it's done in a furnace. That'll complicate things on the coal a bit. Yet, doesn't really show, because it does it automatically. Yeah, there's definitely no steel plate in here, so it must come out of the blast furnace. Unless it's something that we don't have in the game yet, that'll be very sad. Alright, we'll take the assembler down, and while I'm remembering it, we'll get the power into that assembler so we can get the electromagnet started. And then I'm going to have to build one of these, and we will put it up over here, like that. Remove this belt and replace it. And then, well, I don't know, I might be doing this for naught. But if we go E, no, it's not really telling me yet. I have some coal on me, let's test this. It's doing something, and we are getting steel plates. Alright, so it's the blast furnaces. That means I need to get some coal over here. Fun. Break this belt out. Another splitter somewhere. Yeah, we can put that in over there. Belt that into there, and that one can come through to... Oh, hello. To there. Yep. Perfect. And now I can grab this line... Bring it out to this spot over here. Raise it up. Maybe I can just drag it all the way in. Yep, there we go. Doesn't do a terrible job. And I'm going to build myself a couple of storage containers. Right. We have a pistol. I haven't built that yet, so let's do that. And we'll do a whole bunch of rounds. Now I can go in here, drag this into position 2. And I suppose we're ready. Oh, nice. We can take down trees with this. Looks like we can. Alright, I don't know how much steel I need, but I'm going to put one of these in right there. See if I can do this belt without it getting funky on me. Oh, that's going to get funky. So I'll just take it out a little further. That plugs in, and we are getting the steel plates. Great. Now we can go to the next step, which is putting another one of these guys in. And I'm going to put it around about there. Not too concerned about space. That can go in there. This can go in... Here, set the recipe to industrial data packs. Brilliant. And then I'll get a research lab. Okay, what am I missing? Electromagnets. It just so happens that I have a few. They are slow, so this research is going to take a while. Let's grab that, and we've got this powered now. Another storage box over here with... Oh, I'm out of belts. Should probably have automated belts. But really, I don't think we're going that far just yet. I'm just going to let those grow. And I have enough now, so I can belt this into the box. And there are our data packs. Industrial data packs. And I can put this machine in over here. The research lab. And belt that in. Awesome. Advanced research is happening. And now we just need some power. So we'll drag it from that side. And there you go. We are uploading, and that's confirmation. We have our first... industrial data pack. Next thing I should probably do is the research speed. That needs 50 of each, so it'll take a little while to happen. It looks like the industrial data packs are extremely slow. So yeah, research speed is probably a good thing. It looks like there are locks on the last ones. They are maybe, not sure. They might be in the game. Maybe they're just locked because I need to do the prerequisite. But I'm not sure what these are. Let's have a look. So we've got fluid storage. Oh, there's an oil refinery, so we can do the crude oil cracking. And then solid fuel, which does not have an image yet, and neither does lubricated gears. I don't think we even need to make those. I'm not sure where the solid fuel would go into. Maybe we can use that as a power source. That'll be interesting. But research speed 3 needs 1,000 of each. That is crazy. It only gives us a 50% increase in speed. Oh well. I kind of regret not putting a buffer in for the electromagnets, but that's fine. We're just going to use them. We're not producing them fast enough. And I think that might be because the iron is... What's going on with the iron? Oh my gosh. The mine not doing things quickly enough. Am I running out of iron? No. This is just running slowly. Is it a power thing? Maybe? Yeah, power satisfaction is dropping. I need to bring more power in. I've got coal right here. So let me break this line. Yeah, it had to happen eventually. Build myself a belt splitter and a combustion generator. Put the splitter in over there. Belt that into... darn it, I put it too close. Try that again. That's better. Belt into here and into there. Combustion generator right next to this one. So that's in. And belt that into there. Then I just need to wire them up. And let's go see if that's improved things. It has. Yeah, those are coming out a lot faster now. And if I go here, yep, 100% satisfaction. Perfect. Maybe that'll speed everything else up as well. I think with all of these new assemblers going in and the new research station, it just slowed everything down. And I'll just help it along a little bit by popping some iron plates in. Okay, that's a bit better. Alright, on the copper side, we're just not producing copper fast enough. Oh, we are, but yeah, we're not producing the electromagnets fast enough. We do have enough in the machine. That is fine. It's full speed. These are kind of half backing up, but I think the iron plates over here might be an issue. Yeah, they are. They're not coming through quickly enough. I'll just top that up, help it out a little. And the problem may be that I'm still making these data packs. Yeah, I think for now, let me cut off this belt. I mean, it shouldn't make that much of a difference. These belts are backing up. I mean, the steel plates are backing up. Yeah, the problem is these are both working, I think, at about 75% because they can each do 60 per minute. Oh, wait, hang on, 30 per minute, right? Yeah. And right now we're splitting 45, so they're not doing their full potential. Anyway, let's increase the research speed, although that's really not going to help. I'm not producing enough for those to justify it, so forget that. Let's do fluid extraction. Unlock that. And we actually have enough for fluid storage as well. So let me do that one. And then I'm going to need steel plates. And I have not got a stock of steel plates because all of them are going in here. Now, if I was planning a very long playthrough on this, I would go and find a bunch of iron nodes and make a heap of iron plates and lots of steel plates. But this is just an early demo, so I'm going to do the bare minimum. So for now, I'm going to break this belt that's feeding the steel plates out of this storage box. And I'm going to let some plates build up because we have to travel 800 odd meters somewhere in that direction to go and find crude. There it is, 872 meters over there. Yeah, there's not really that much we need to build. We need a lot of steel though. We need some iron gears, that's no problem. I've got a box of those. But we need a lot of steel to make the pipes. And I reckon they're probably going to work like the conveyor belt, so one pipe is going to stretch for a fair distance. Over there, there's a whole lot of junk I need to get rid of. I need to go and collect some wood. Let's get ourselves one of those personal storage boxes. We haven't seen those yet. And we'll just put it down next to our little workbench over here. Interact with it, and I can drop off stuff that oh, maybe I'll take the coal with me. Sort this so we can see where we are. Drop off the little bits and pieces that we don't really need to take with us. I don't think I need a lot of stone. I'll leave that behind. There's some iron ore that I could throw in. Probably going to need to pick up some copper plates. A lot of wood. Right, I'll just offload whatever iron ore I can into here. So there we go. We have a few things. I don't think I need to take the concrete with me, so I'm going to drop that off. And we'll go and collect a little bit of everything. Right, I was just running around collecting wood, and there's like a river coming through over here. Now let's go and see if we can cross it. Oh, we can actually swim. Look at that. Nice. All right, well, I'm not going to go over. I don't need to. Okay, good. We have some steel plates. I'm going to grab all of that. And then I think I'll reconnect this belt and let the research points keep growing. Right, now we have to prep because that's a long way away. I'm going to have to take power over. So let's see if I can put even more lines into the... Actually, before this, I have collected a lot of wood, so I'm going to queue up some electric poles. That should be enough. And I'll need a fluid extractor, and that needs pipes. So I will do a bunch of pipes. Okay, those are happening. The fluid extractor I can do. And this fluid extractor also allows you to extract water. There's no need for water at the moment, but maybe that's coming later. Right, we have a bunch of pipes. Let me do some junctions and then maybe just a little bit more pipe work. Now, I have enough copper wire to get us there, so we will connect to this pole. Man, these poles can have a lot of connections. And then I just need to remind myself before we go where we are going. That way. Right. So let's just head out and we'll just do some flying. Yeah, like I did with the other mine, I'm going to take the power line out first. Is that what I'm looking for? It might be. Wow, that's in a hole. That's a pretty long way away. All right, let's see. This works. I'm going to have to drag the pipe up the hill, most likely. I don't know how steep that can be, but I'm going to put it like that. Get rid of this tree. Yeah, I'll do the processing up top if I can. So, grab a pipe and fly up to the top of the hill. Yeah, this is fairly flat. And pop that over there. Nice. I don't know if there's a head lift on these things. Oh, fluid storage. Oh gosh, I needed concrete. And I didn't even bring stone with me. Let's make some concrete. And now we can do a fluid storage. And this is pretty large. And put that over there. And hopefully I can connect my pipe in. Nope. It doesn't like being that close to the ground. So let's get rid of this. And I have to go back to be able to select that. Bring this up. Come on. See if I can do it from there. No. Oh gosh. Not a great location. I should maybe have taken the pipe out in that direction. A little less slope. And then I can just connect my power in. And this is working. It sounds like it's working. Right, the flow rate is pretty insane. It doesn't tell me how much this is going to carry, but we've got 2,000, a little over 2,000 cents. So, I don't know, maybe 10,000? Who knows? And this is another asset that doesn't have its textures. So let's try and build something else. We have data packs. So if we go into the tech tree, oil processing, and we need 75 of each to unlock that. Okay, well, we're getting there. I don't think I want to drag this belt all the way back home though. So give me a second. I'm going to load my little pistol up. And while the data packs are sorting themselves out, I'm going to see if I can find some enemies to play with. Okay, I think I found an enemy nest. Let's see if we can get some to spawn. Hello. There we go. Oh, this is quite easy. It does take a lot of shots to sort them out though. Maybe I won't use them on the nest. Let's just use our crowbar. It does more damage now. And the nest is done. Go back to our weapon. Alright, well those are done. All sorted. Okay, let's go and see how we're doing. We still need a lot of data packs. Our fluid storage is full. 10,797. There's the answer. It's a very strange amount. Oh good, we finally have the 75 advanced data packs. So, let's get into the tech tree and we're going to unlock oil processing. Unlock it. That will give us, it doesn't tell us what it gives us. Oh, it does. So we can get lubricant and petroleum. I don't think other than the lubricated gear, which has no use case, we don't really need to make lubricant. But I would like to test the petroleum because I think that the solid fuel, that's going to take a while to unlock as well. That we might be able to use to generate power and then we can reduce our reliance on coal. Right, we have the oil refinery, so we're building one. It's done. Let's put it up. We'll... invalid surface. Oh, I found a spot. Let's go and have a look at the recipes here. So right now, oh, I see. It splits it. So we're going to have to find a way to use the lubricant. Otherwise, the petroleum will back up. Yeah. Otherwise, the machine will stop working if one of them fills up. There are two inputs. Let's that in there because it works. And on the other side we have outputs. We have two outputs and we have a solid output. So I think once we get solid fuel we'll be able to make it in one of these machines. And if the solid fuel goes on a conveyor belt, then I can just run a conveyor belt back to my base and we can set up a power facility. Or we could just set it up over here, to be honest. And then we already have the power poles. Speaking of which, I need to connect power. So we connect that into there and change the recipe. We only have the one. It's starting to work. Yeah, the only problem with this is we would need a way to get rid of the lubricant. I suppose I could put a couple of storages up. Yeah, I have enough to do that. So let's make 2 storages, fluid storages. And I might need to find a flatter area to work. So I'll bring them up here. So one there and one there. Pipe out over this way. I need to get rid of a tree. And we can try that again. So this one goes in there, and then we can bring this one out. They don't have stands. Oh, well, that works. Yeah, they clip, but, you know. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like the pipe that is kind of more towards the middle of the machine brings out the petroleum, and then the lubricant is in the other pipe. And there you go. We are collecting lubricant fast. And here, actually, it's the other way around. So the lubricant is the one in the middle pipe and the petroleum is the other one. Unfortunately, we're not making as much lubricant as we are petroleum because it's the petroleum at the moment that we really want, I think. Let's go and just confirm that. Solid fuel. Oh, wait, the solid fuel is made directly from the crude. Aha. So when I eventually get there, which we will do, I'm going to need to have a junction. Let's see if I can do that now. So if I put a junction over here, put that pipe into there, that works. This pipe in to there, perfect. And then I can have another one of these to make the solid fuel. I don't know what the petroleum is used for. Nothing yet, by the looks of things. So I'm going to hang around here until we have 100 of the industrial data packs, and then we can unlock solid fuel and see what that does. I will be right back. Right, that took a while, but I do have the 100 industrial data packs now. So tech tree, and I want solid fuel, unlock it, and we can start building. There's not much left to do, really. I'm not going to bother with the research speed. I'm not producing enough to justify increasing the speed, but I could still do the rifle. And that I'm only going to need 20 for that. I'm not going to do the lubricated gears either. I don't see the point right now, but I do want to see if the solid fuel will be able to create power for us. So that means that I'm going to head back up here. I'm going to grab an oil refinery, and it's going to go this way around. Oh, there's a spot somewhere here that I can put it down right there. Connect a pipe. That goes in, and we can change the recipe to solid fuel, and it is happening. It needs power. So we'll daisy chain those together and interact with it, and it is now making solid fuel. So and come over to the other side and see if I can find a place that's flat enough. And I'm going to drop in, I've already made a combustion generator, so we'll put that in. And yeah, that doesn't mind being on sloped ground, so I'm not going to put it too far away. We'll put it over here, grab our belts, and pop it into there. There's our solid fuel. Okay, no texture, but that's fine. Is it doing anything? Status, no power. All right, well, let's connect it to the grid and see what happens. I'll just connect it to that one. And it is actually working. And look how slowly that goes down. Oh, that's much better than coal. Much better. And we are producing way faster than we need, so I could split this and I could put a couple of generators here. That's great. And it's not dependent on a system like this, which, as you can see, has stopped operating because this tank is full and we've got nowhere to use the petroleum. So, yep, it has just stopped. And if we hop in here, we can see the output petroleum. There's still some petroleum in here because, yep, that is the one that's full. But it won't work now because it's backed up. Yep, and the solid fuel is definitely backing up in here. So that is perfect. Well, with the rain pelting down, this is the biggest storm we've had so far. We're almost at the 20 data packs, which means that I will be able to get myself a rifle. Is that lightning and thunder? Should I be worried? Because I can take damage. My goodness, the weather system in this is pretty good. I mean, it changes too often, but it's pretty good. It does look really nice. Keep an eye out for more lightning. Oh, there was some. Yeah, pretty good. I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the weather system. This game has great potential. A little more research, we'll do the rifle and unlock, and we'll close that, and we'll go and make ourselves one. It needs steel plate. I have some steel plate and some copper wire. No, it's a pity. I'm out of bullets. I need to go back and get some copper. I assume it uses the same rounds. Yeah, ballistics. Alright, the rifle is in that spot. Not much more I can do over here. I'm feeding power into the whole network from here, so I'm going to head back to our original factory. And the storm is finally letting up. I'm going to stop producing those data packs. Don't need them anymore. I'd like to build up some steel. Need some copper plates. I mean, everything that we're doing could be automated. But what I want to do is get some of these ballistic rounds. Maybe some more. And it looks like the weather has almost cleared completely. A bit of rain still falling. But we have ballistic rounds, so let's take out a tree with our machine gun. That's pretty cool. Yep. And it has the damage as well that increases the more you use it. Well, I'm not going to go look for any more enemies. They were pretty difficult to find. Although, that might be one over there on that island. Let me head over there and see if I can sort them out. Right, so from a distance, we'll take out the nest first. Alright, that's done. Now these guys, and I'm doing maximum damage now because I've been shooting away. And that's it. Straightforward. Yeah, there isn't really any more that I can show you in this this demo right now. I am quite impressed with it. It's pretty nice. I mean, there's obviously a lot more to come. This is alpha, and hopefully it doesn't take 8 years like Satisfactory. And hopefully they keep it relatively simple, because it's quite fun doing these little factory games. It would be nice if we could have belts that could be better arranged to make factories neat, and maybe a better building system with the foundations and maybe walls and roofs so that we can make really nice little factories. But this is cool. And it is a bit of a challenge. My iron is almost depleted over here, so I'd have to find another iron deposit. It's not something that just lasts forever, and that's not a bad mechanic. So, yeah, folks, keep an eye for belts of iron. When new updates come out, I will broadcast. So when new updates come out, I will make videos. I'll let you guys know. But if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. And leave me your comments. Let me know what you think of this. It does remind me very, very much of Satisfactory Update 2, I think it was, which is pretty much when I started playing it. I mean, obviously it's not as advanced as Update 2 was, but yeah, it's fun. The weather system is fantastic. There's all sorts of weather conditions. We have nice partly cloudy skies, we have clear weather, we have mist and fog, we have rain, we have thunderstorms, there's a day-night cycle. So the foundations for a very good game are here. I look forward to seeing what they bring. But as the sun comes out, I thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, cheers!